As we await the monstrous final between PSG and Bayern, there are clubs around Europe waiting to get their taste of the spotlight in the Champions League. They've got to get through the qualifying campaign, and we'll talk all about that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We're taking a look at the Champions League qualifying campaign, second round, boys and girls. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash the old subscribe button to get you bang up to date with all things Champions League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here. Boys under one Ruski. That's right, boys and girls. So, yes, the big one. I'm getting excited. I've cancelled everything. I've put the phone off and everything. I'm going to watch PSG and Bayern lock horns. I'm going to look forward to that bad boy, and hopefully you guys are too. But it's all about getting to those the big games, which we're going to be talking about right here, right now, in the qualifying campaign. Now, before we get into that, I want a big shout out because another drum roll, please, because my drum roll was ass. That's right, we have a brand new Patreon. Woo! That's right. Just the other week we had 13, Baker's dozen, but up steps Nathan Heaver to make it 14 patrons for the channel. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. He's put a big old smile on my face. All of them put a big smile on my face. They are now my extended family, of course. Yes, I give them hugs and kisses and tuck them in every night. I look at my lovely little list of Patreons and I go, you all so beautiful human beings. Every single one of them bad boys. So, Nathan Heaver, respect to you. I do appreciate it. We've been there. We've been through the mill, you and I do remember the days back on the old Twitch when we'd watch the flipping African Cup of Nations, the Asian Cup and all that. Well, it wasn't the Asian Cup. It was Cup of America. The Africa. Well, it was all sorts on Twitch. It was absolute bedlam. And he's been there, seen it, and done it. Respect to Nathan Heaver. If anyone else wants to join that illustrious gang, there is a link down below, patreon.com/roverseas. So check that bad boy out. And yes, Nathan Heaver joins the likes of Dylan Goddard, William Shepherd, Ultra Omar Murat, LG and Cow, Bianca Molnar, Daniel Mella, Cody Gaho, Joachim Johansson, Tom Burster, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Frost, and Aztec Maccabi. All of them deserve a tremendous round of applause. Much love, much love. Again, link down below. So, let's get into it. It is, of course, Champions League, what we're talking about. But before then, we're going to take a look at the previous matches in the qualifying campaign. We're not talking about the PSG and Bayern. That's tomorrow's fish and chip wrappers, boys and girls. That's tomorrow's fish and chip wrapper. We're talking about what's going on in 2020, 2021. So here we go, dropping into the vortex again. There is criteria, boys and girls. Always is criteria. If you get 0 to 5, you're in the shit-faced gang. 6 to 11, you're in the straight-faced club. 12 plus, you're in the top banana. Okay, boys and girls, here we go. Take a look at last time around. These games took place over the 18th and 19th, maybe even the 20th and 21st of August. But my predictions are on the left-hand side. The final result was on the right-hand side. So we're going to kick it all off with Ferencvárosi coming out of Hungary. They took care of Dush Gardens 2-0 in the end. Nungun with a brace on that bad boy. So we've got that one bang on the piss and nose, boys. Celtic disposed of Reykjavik coming out of Iceland. Of course, no one there. Of course, all these games are played behind closed doors. 6-0 in the end. I went with a 3-0 win for Celtic. Not too shabby. The goal scorers, Julien Taylor, Edouard, Allerstein with a big fat OG, and Eloisi as well on the score sheet as they took care of business. FC Sheriff Tiraspol took care of Fola Esch out of Luxembourg. 2-0 win in the end. Actually went with a 2-1 win on that bad boy. The goal scorers, Abang and Lukic on the score sheet for Sheriff Tiraspol. Next up we have Kone Quays Nomads. They took Koni Key Nomads. They lost to FK Sarajevo 2-0 in the end. Tartar for them. Tartar, see you later, with a couple of goals there for Sarajevo to go through. I went with a 3-0 win. I did see them to, I think they would have get themselves beat at this stage. Next up we have Budapeşte. They took on Ludogorets Razgrad. And of course, Ludogorets Razgrad are, of course, juggernauts at this stage. They won 3-1 win. Higino to Shabota and Kole on the score sheet for Razgrad. Kuvakovic on the score sheet for Budapeşte. Got that one bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the pissing nose. Adet Armina, they lost to Omonia and Nikosia coming out of Cyprus. Tiago with the one and only goal for the Cypriots in extra time as well. I actually went with that victory or that side. I went with the Cypriots on this one, so ain't too shabby on that one. Qarabağ, they took care of business against Silex Kratovo. 4-0 was the final score. I went with the 2-0 win on that one. Who's on the goal scorers on that one? Romero, Guerriera with a couple of Eri as well on that bad boy. And Dinamo Brest, they lost to FK Astana. Sorry, scrap that. Dinamo Brest beat FK Astana 6-3. I actually went with the 3-0 win myself on this bad boy. 6-3. Goal scorers on this one. Gudachernik, you got a couple. Pashian as well. Zareko and Diallo with a couple for Dinamo Brest. Tomasharov, Rotatu and Beshapakolakov for Astana on that one. I didn't get that one right. I don't know why that graphic says I got that right. I got that one wrong. Just saying. Next up, we have Molde. Molde out of Norway. They beat Kuponian. Kuponian, or Cups. They're coming out of Finland. 5-0 win for Molde. Herstad, Wolf, Ekliam, Omajano, and Pedersen and Knutsen as well. 5-0 demolition. I went with a 2-0. Not too bad on that one. FC Floriana out of Malta. They lost to CFR Cluj 2-0. Sesta and Kolyovka on the score sheet for those bad boys. We'll get to that one, I think. Sorry, I did jump ahead on that one. FC Flora. You see how I made the mistake there. They drew with Sūduva out of Lithuania. 1-1 final score after extra time. Went to penalties. Sūduva went through. I actually went with Flora on that one. Got that wrong. Floriana, coming out of Malta. They lost 2-0 to CFR Cluj. Sesta and Galafonia in this one. I actually went with a 4-0 win on this one. Legia also coming out of Poland. They beat Linfield. 1-0 was the final score. I went with a 3-1 win on that one. The goal scorer on that bad boy was Conte. Nicholas Conte on that bad boy. I don't know if it was his first name, but I went with that. Cervena, that's Red Star Belgrade. 4-0 demolition that's what I went with over Europa at Gibraltar. It was actually 5-0. Ben Nebuanue with a hat-trick. Ivanovic as well on that bad boy. Not too bad for me. NK Celje, they beat Dundalk 3-0 on the day. Actually went with a 2-1 win myself on this one. The goal scorers on this one. Do we have the goal scorers? We should have it. Keren, Vezinga and Dagubovic for Celje as well on that one. Maccabi Tel Aviv, they beat Riga out of Latvia, I think, or Lithuania, whatever. Blackman got a couple himself of goals as well. Is that Matey Boy? Is that name? Nicholas Blackman. Ex-Blackburn Rover, that's right, back in the day, scoring goals for fun. Now, just 30 years of age these days. He's been around the block, went to Sporting Gijon as well. He's got a couple of goals, cool as you like. He's actually, he had a couple of stints. I just played the one game for Rovers. Just the one game for Rovers. Nick Blackman. Well done to you, son. Well done. Cool as you like. 2-0 win. Got that one bang on the nose. Dinamo Tbilisi, they beat... I went with a win for them over KF Tiranë. Got that one wrong. It was a 2-0 win for Tiranë on this one. Goal scorers on this one. It was Tirana Tarasa and Ismailovic out of the Albanian side. They go through to the next round. And K.I. Klasovic and Slovan Bratislava has been postponed. Don't know why. Don't know when it's going to be played. Cancelled. Supposed to be played yesterday. Didn't happen. Don't know what's going to go through. So that has a little bit of a deciding fact on the next games. We'll take a look at those in a minute. I want to remind you that this is not part of the old prediction league. We'll do those once the group stages kick off. When all the big juggernauts come into it. So be sure to stick around for that. There'll be a lot of build up towards that. Of course, we've got a lot of stages to go through as well. Prior to that, I think it's mid-September, back end of September maybe, for when we'll find out about all that. But anyway, let's take a look at what you guys thought yourselves. We're going to start with respect to you, sir. It's Cody Ho, Patreon. Yes, he got himself top banana. Well done. Yannick Buster, top banana as well. Well done to you. Oliver Queen 77, not too shabby. You did top banana as well. Matt Gunner did top banana. Ilman Chidun, he's also top. Also, all of you guys get round of applause for that one. Ultra Oma Mura, respect to you, Patreon, sir. You did okay. Devante Caprice, also top banana to you. Well done, fair play. Hans Vurs, coolest name ever. Top banana as well. Keaton Zamurley also did very, very well. That's Hans Vurs for the name and for the predictions as well. Next up, Roberto Hollis did okay. Slaven Selt, top banana, well done. Robert Johnson, you did okay. Come on, Wilfred Boney, you did top banana. Low. A lot of edits knocking about though. CCAA 1948, well done, fair play. Gaming Charlie did okay. Fernando Jose Agase Garamund, top banana. Bossio Mata, top banana as well. Well done. Screenshot Mania, top banana. And he did all the little ticks for me as well. That is brilliant. That saved me a bunch of time. Jakob Johansson, respect to you, sir. Patreon, loving it. And he also did top banana. Well done, fair play. Blasiu did top banana. Well, fair play. Russell Frost with a split prediction, top banana. Excellent. And he's a Patreon, of course. Give him some extra little love there. Football Mapper did okay. AB Silvanovan did okay. Nathan Healer, respect to you. New Patreon. Love. And Costas K, top banana as well. I think there's more. Bianca Molnar, of course. Top Banana Patreon, and she did very well as well. Well done, well done, well done. So, boys and girls, that was the last round. Let's jump into the next round and, of course, have a look at these bad boys then, shall we? Now, these games will take place on the 26th of August, and maybe one or two of them might be on the 25th of August as well. We are still awaiting, of course, the winners of match 17, which will be either KI or Slaven Bratislava. I don't know what's going to happen with that bad boy. Of course, the winners of this will then go through to the third qualifying round, and then we're ever so close to get through to those illustrious group stages. So you gotta keep on your toes here, boys. Keep on your toes. Now I'm going to start with CFR Cluj coming at you, taking on Dinamo Zagreb coming out of Croatia. Now these two, it's decent sides here. This is where it gets a little bit interesting and a little bit nervy, and you can't really see a one-sided match in any of these bad boys, but we'll take a look at them anyway. So let's take a look at CFR Cluj. Of course, they finished first out in Romania, and they've currently managed by Dan Pacescu, former Chelsea man, of course. Been around since 1907. They play their football at the Dr. Constantinu Radulescu, which holds 23,000 folks. Been around since 1907. I've talked about that already. Taking on Dinamo Zagreb, of course, Croatian champions who were in the World Cup final. Remember that Croatia? They ain't no slouches. Managed by Zoran Mamic. 35,000 usually can watch this bad boy. They've been around since 1909. I can't really separate these two sides. It's so close. Could go either way. I've gone with it. Just the one goal in it. I'm going to go with Zagreb to squeeze through. Probably Cluj, because Cluj have been in and around the old European, at least the UEFA group stages last time around. They're a decent side. It's going to be tough. It could go either way. But yeah, my money's on Zagreb on this bad boy. Of course, next up we have Young Boys Bern taking on either KI or Slaven Bratislava. We don't know much about those, but what can I tell you about Young Boys Bern? Finishing first in the Swiss Super League last time around, managed by Gennaro Suone. Usually they play in front of 32,000 fans, and they've been around since 1898. Notable former players coming out of the Young Boys Bern. Anyone that stands out? I'm sure there's a whole bunch of them. Let me have a quick scan through this. I'm just trying to catch a glimpse of somebody. Lars Bohinen, ex-Rover right there. That's good enough for me. Anyone else stands out? No, Lars Bohinen, of course. Legend for the Stefan Chapuisat. He's a Swiss goal scoring machine back in the day. So Young Boys Bern up against whoever that is. I'm going to give it to Young Boys Bern. I don't care who it is. They'll piss all over them. Next up, Celtic up against Ferencvárosi. Of course, Celtic. Okay, if we sort of start in Scotland, I don't know what went on this weekend. I don't know the results. But of course, champions as well. Usually playing for 60,000 fans. Leo Leonard pulling the strings. Been around since 1887. Taking on Ferencvárosi, of course, champions out of Hungary. Managed by Sergei Rebrov? Is that Sergei Rebrov? It is. Former Spurs, West Ham, Shakhtar Donetsk, and Dynamo Kiev striker, legendary striker of the game. It's been around a bit. Formerly managed Kiev, managed out in the Middle East as well. Decent manager. Ferencvárosi up against Celtic. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to go with the Celts on this one. 3-1 win to get through to the next stage and get themselves closer to those money-making group stages. Next up, we have FK Sūduva taking on Maccabi Tel Aviv. Now, Sūduva finished as champions out in the Lithuanian League. They're managed by Saloniki, usually playing in front of 6,250 fans. It's probably a good tie for Maccabi Tel Aviv, and I think they could oust them, really. Israeli champions, of course, finishing first last time. And managed by, of course, ex-Blackburn Rover, Georgi Donis as well. I'm going to go with Maccabi Tel Aviv on this. Of course I am. Why would I not go against Georgios Donis, ex-Rover? I'm pulling the strings as champions of the Israeli Premier League, boys. That's right. So Maccabi Tel Aviv will go through. Legia Warsaw, the champions of Poland, managed by Alexander Vukovic. Been around since 1916. They play their football at the Polish Army Stadium. That's right. They're going to be taking on AC Omonia. Of course, managed by ex-Blackburn Rovers title-winning defender Henning Berg, and former Blackburn Rovers manager as well. Legia Warsaw, of course, they've churned out some really good players over the past. Did Matey Boy play here? What's his name? Lewandowski. Did he start his day out of here? I don't think so. I'm sure some other Polish greats have come through the ranks here. They are thereabouts in the old European competitions. They always compete and cause all kinds of problems. I do expect them to give AC Omonia a game. And unfortunately for Henning Berg, I think this is where they'll crash out. Of course, my heart would say, go on, Omonia. Of course, they've got too many links tied to him. Of course, I think Matt Derbyshire was there last time around, and his goals got him into this position as the season was brought to a halt. It might have been an unexpected victory for Omonia to become Cyprus champions, but they did it in the end. I'd love to see them go through, but I don't think they're going to do it. Next up, we have NK Celje. They are the champions at Slovenia, managed by Dusan Kosic, usually playing in front of 13,000 fans. Been around since 1919. Taking on Molde, coming out of Norway, I believe. Finishing first last time around, managed by Erling Moe. Erling Moe, what a cool name that is. Been around since 1915. Usually play in front of 11,249 fans. Erling Moe, 50 years old. He's Norwegian through and through. You can cut him open and he bleeds Norwegian blood. That's right. You don't muck about with these bad boys. Going to go with the Moldens. No, I'm not. I'm going to go with NK Celje. I thought I was going to go with Molde, but I'm going against it. Next up, Ludogorets Razgrad, another team that's always in and about these competitions around about this stage. But can they go further into the latter stage? They're going to be taking on Midtjylland, of coming out of Denmark, I believe. These bad boys. We'll take a closer look at that one in just 1 second. So let's take a look at Ludogorets Razgrad, currently managed by Pavel Verba, finished first in the Bulgarian league. He's been around since 1945. They play in front of 10,500 fans usually. Take it on FC Midtjylland out of Denmark, who finished top of the pops out in the Superliga out in Denmark. Brian Priske is the manager as well. Been around since 1919, quite a new club, nicknamed the Wolves as well. Tough one, this one. I'm going to go with Ludogorets Razgrad to take the 3 point, not 3 points, but take the win with a 3-1 win. Again, all these games are one-legged affairs. There's no mucking about with the 2 legs. Next up, we have Dinamo Brest. Cheeky, they are the champions of Belarus, taking on FK Sarajevo, who are, is that right? FK Sarajevo, is that right? Yes, indeed. I actually missed somebody there. So Sarajevo, of course, champions out of the Bosnian Herzegovinian League, currently managed by Vinko Marinovic. They've been around since 1946, usually playing in front of 34,000 fans on this one. But Dinamo Brest, champions of Belarus on this one. Going to go with FK Sarajevo to edge it on this one to get through to the next round, of course, in the qualifying campaign. Next up, we have Qarabağ. They are the champions of the Azerbaijani League, currently managed by Guzman Gubanov. They've been around since 1951 as a team called Masol. Then they got renamed to Qarabağ in 1987. Taking on the Sheriff, that's right, of Tiraspol. They are the champions of Moldovan football. Head coach is Zoran Zirkic, usually playing in front of 12,746 fans. Been around since 1996 as Tiraspol. Going to go with Qarabağ on this one, though. I think, where are they at? Azerbaijan. This one's tight. Qarabağ have always been a pain in the butt side. They can give anyone a little bit of a problem. I think they'll do enough to oust the Sheriff, who has got a cool name. KF Tirana, who are the champions of the Albanian League, taking on Red Star Belgrade, of course, juggernaut of the past. Champions of the Serbian League, of course, are managed by Dejan Stankovic. Plays in front of 53,000 fans usually. Been around for since 1945, 75 years of age. The club. They were the European Cup winners in 1991. Former players coming out of these bad boys. I'm sure they are legends of the game for Red Star Belgrade. And they're so legendary, I expect them to piss all over Tirana and get themselves through to the next stage. 3-0 in the end. So next up, folks, we head into the what they call the Champions Path, or the League Path, sorry. The previous section was the Champions Path. This is the League Path. We're going to take a look at AZ Alkmaar taking on Viktoria Plzeň. Of course, AZ Alkmaar coming out of the Dutchlands, finishing second at Eredivisie last time around. We're going to be looking at the Eredivisie in extensive detail this season. Going to go week by week predictions on this bad boy, so make sure you stick around for that one. Managed by Arne Slot. They usually play in front of 17,023 fans. Been around since 1967. They are nicknamed the Cheeseheads, so I already hate them already. They're taking on Viktoria Plzeň. They finished second in the Czech League. They're managed by Andrin Gular in the end on this one. I'm going with the Dutchies. 3-0 win. They might be called the Cheeseheads, but they'll go through 3-0 in the end. PAOK taking on Beşiktaş. What a game this is going to be, of course. Finishing second in the Super League out in Greece. Taking on Beşiktaş, who finished third in the Super League out in Turkey. Now, these Beşiktaş are actually managed by Sergen and Yalçın. It's a familiar name, of course. Former manager of a whole bunch of Turkish teams on this one. Played all his football in Turkey. Yeah. Taking on PAOK, who were managed by Abel Ferreira, has been around as manager for these bad boys for a couple of seasons, since 2019. Formerly of Sporting B. Played for Sporting and Braga out in Portugal, former right back, so only 41 years of age. PAOK against Beşiktaş could go either way on this one, really could. I'm going to go with Beşiktaş because it might not be played in Turkey, but I still think they'll have enough in the tank to get over them. Next up, we have NK Lokomotiva from Croatia, finishing second, and the Croatian League taking on Rapid Vienna, coming out of Austria, who finished in second in the Austrian League as well. Now, the Austrians are actually managed by Dietmar Kuba. They've actually been around since 1899, usually play in front of 28,345 folks. Meanwhile, NK Lokomotiva are actually managed by Goran Tomic. Usually playing in front of 8,850 fans. Been around since 1914. Going to go with Rapid Vienna on this one with a 2-1 win, boys and girls. I think that will conclude the Champions League. What do we call this? What do we call this? Is it the second qualifying round? That's right. So these guys will then duke it out on the 25th, 26th of August. Now, if you want to be a little bit extra special, on the 28th of August, that's my birthday, boys and girls. So I'm expecting some birthday greetings in the old comment section down below. So make sure you pump them in there. If you want to go that extra punch and become a patron for my birthday, goodness gracious me, that's the way to do it. There's a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. And while you're out there, put in your predictions for these games, and we'll take a look at them next round. Of course, the winners will go through to the third qualifying campaign, where we're going to be greeted by Benfica, Dinamo Kiev, Ghent as well. So some of the juggernauts will be waiting in the wings. Also, already further down the road, Olympiacos, Red Bull Salzburg, Slavia Prague, and Krasnodar are waiting in the playoff round as well. So those are still to look forward to. But that, my friends, is it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. And if you are new, bang the old subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blab & Rovers related, Champions League related, world football. We're going to all here, boys, under one roofski. And of course, just before we leave, I want to remind you that this is nothing to do with the old Prediction League. We'll be back in the group stages for the Prediction League, so make sure you stick around for that bad boy. But we're talking about, this. Get your predictions in nice and early for these ones, guys. Who do you think? Do you think it's going to be any upsets? Will Celtic squeeze through? What about Red Star Belgrade, one of the juggernauts, of course, in there. Dinamo Zagreb, Cluj, big game there. All of them to be decided on the 26th, 25th of August. So make sure you stick around for those. Until then, though, give the video some love. Smash the thumbs up. Smash the subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.